Okay, we are live now. One of Buddha's teachings, and I would like to share it with all of you here. When the mind is weak, the situation is a problem. When the mind is balanced, the situation is a challenge. When the mind is strong, the situation becomes an opportunity. Each day is a new day which brings with itself new opportunities, new challenges, new thoughts, new strengths, and new aspirations. And on such a rejuvenating note, a very gracious and inclusive welcome to esteemed chief guest, Professor Somnath Sachdev, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Professor S.P. Agarwal, Director TLC and Principal, Ramanujan College, University of Delhi. Dr. Ajay Kumar Garg, Principal, IB College, Panipat, Haryana. My worthy colleagues from both the institutions and the participants who have joined us today all across the nation. As Mother Teresa very rightly said, I can do things you cannot. You can do things I cannot. Together, we can do great things. I, Nidhi Mathur, on behalf of Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, graciously welcome you all to the inauguration function of the 1 week online faculty development program on optimizing ICT tools for higher education, organized by Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, in collaboration with IB College, Panipat. Due to the COVID 19 pandemic, teaching everywhere has been undertaken on digital platforms. Old pedagogies are no longer being used by the educators. ICT tools have become significant part of education and they make learning enjoyable for the students. They also encourage collaborative learning and helps them to retain knowledge for a longer period of time. Moreover, the use of ICT tools for teaching prepares the students for 21st century workplace. Beyond doubt, ICT tools have a positive impact on every aspect of teaching, but all this has intensified the need of skilled and tech-savvy teachers who can use the potential of technology. All the educational institutions are making significant efforts to empower teachers to integrate ICT tools in the teaching process. All of these efforts are in the direction of fulfilling the dream of Digital India. Honorable Prime Minister, while addressing the corporate giants at the Silicon Valley in California, said, technology is a tool to empower and bridge the distance between hope and opportunity. Considering the situation, this FDP has been planned to assist teachers in learning the use of ICT tools to make teaching learning effective. Through interactive sessions and learning by doing approach, the teachers will develop concrete ICT skills and will learn how to adopt to the new normal. They will also overcome the challenges posed by ICT in an effective manner. The major areas that will be covered in this FDP would be e-content creation and dissemination, recording and editing of video lectures, knowledge about MOOCs, ICT-enabled assessment and educational tools, open educational resources, and making classroom teaching interactive. With this, I now request Dr. Ajay Kumar Garg, Principal, IBPG College, Panipat, to address the audience. Over to you, Dr. Garg.
Thank you, Ms. Nidhi Mahathurji. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Chief guest, Honorable Professor Somnathji, Vice Chancellor of Haryana's most reputed, largest and oldest university. Professor S.P. Agarwalji, Principal, Ramanujan College, University of Delhi, faculty members, teachers, and my dear friends. I welcome you all in 1 week faculty development program jointly organized by IBPG College Panipat and Ramanujan College Delhi. I thank Professor Somnathji for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest in the inaugural session and sparing time from his busy schedule. He is a very renowned academician, researcher, well-known social worker, and above all, he is a very simple-hearted, kind person. Our chief guest is a source of inspiration for our young teachers. We welcome you, sir, in today's faculty development program. IBPG College Panipat started its journey in 1967 with the sole aim of providing value-based education. Since then, college is progressing by leaps and bounds with untiring and continuous efforts of the dedicated management and the staff members. It is a matter of immense pleasure for the entire family of this college that the services rendered to the society by this great institution since its inception have been recognized at various levels. Many leaders, philosophers, academicians, vice chancellors, and bureaucrats have glorified the college with their benign presence on many occasions. In this list, inclusion of VC sir has honored the whole family of our college. Sir, during last 54 years of existence, college has produced great academicians, professionals like doctors, scientists, lawyers, chartered accountants, administrators, sportspersons of national and international repute, committed politicians, etc., who are serving the nation in one way or the other. In addition to the undergraduate courses in arts, commerce, and science, the college is providing education in postgraduate courses in Hindi, mathematics, English, and commerce. Keeping in pace with the present times, the college is successfully running job-oriented courses like BCA, BBA, BSc non-medical, BSc medical, BSc computer science, biotechnology. To make undergraduate degree more useful, many certificate courses like soft skill development, Tally, Python, artificial intelligence, waste recycling and management are also offered to the students in the college. The ever-increasing number of positions of merit in university secured by our students and distinctions won in the field of sports, cultural, and co-curricular activities are lively testimony of the progressive graph of the college. The whole staff of the college deserves credit for such achievements. The world is facing the most difficult time and is in the impact of COVID-19. During this rare of rarest situation, the role of scientists, doctors, teachers cannot be ignored. India, under the able leadership of Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, has been able to contain this pandemic very well. I salute the scientists of the country who have been able in developing two different vaccines which most of the developed countries couldn't do. We Indians believe in Sarve Bhavantu Sukhine, Sarve Bhavantu Nirame. India has provided vaccine not only to their own citizen but also to some other neighboring countries also. तो कोविड से हमें निराश नहीं होना है, कुछ सिखाकर ये दौर भी गुजर जाएगा, कुछ सिखाकर ये दौर भी गुजर जाएगा, फिर से हर इंसान मुस्कुराएगा. निराश ना होना दोस्तों, कल आज है और आज कल हो जाएगा. Pierre Ducker once rightly said, learning is a lifelong process of keeping abreast of change and most pressing task to teach people how to learn. Change is the law of nature, and in order to embrace the change, updation of knowledge is a must. So learning is a continuous and never-ending process. Technology is changing at a faster pace today than it had ever changed before and is revolutionizing all aspects of traditional teaching and learning process. New technologies are being adopted quickly by all the universities and colleges to improve the outcomes. All the educational institutes are making efforts to empower teachers to integrate ICT tools in the teaching process. All these efforts are in the direction of fulfilling the dreams of digital India. In order to educate the teachers about the technology, various programs are being organized so that they may be able to overcome the various challenges posed by the technological advancements. Keeping all this in mind, this faculty development program has been organized to acquaint the teachers with the latest IC tools to be used in online teaching. Certainly, this faculty development program will be of great help to all the participants, and they will be well versed with the conceptual as well as practical aspects of IC tools. They will be able to use the various tools of ICT such as interactive digital boards, smartphones, laptops effectively, and will be able to increase the engagement of students in the subject learning. I sincerely thank Professor Somnathji Sachdeva, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, for sparing time from his schedule and joining us today. I also thank Professor S.P. Agarwalji, Director, TLC and Principal Ramanujan College, New Delhi, and all the member of organizing team for their untiring efforts. I also thank all the participants for showing keen interest in this program. I would also like to thank Professor Arpana, convener of the Faculty Development Program from IBPG College, Panipat, Professor Muhammad Ishaq ji, convener IQAC of our college, and the team members for taking this initiative from planning to its execution. Wishing you all a great learning experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Benjamin Franklin has very rightly said, "Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I may remember. Involve me, and I learn." True to this quotation of constantly learning and trying to excel in whatever circumstances arise, Ramanujan College, under the stewardship of our able principal, Professor S.P. Agarwal, has conducted innumerable online FDPs through its Teaching Learning Center under Pandit Madan Mohan Malaviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Scheme of Ministry of Education, thus imparting training to more than 1,20,000 teachers. I now take this immense pleasure to invite Professor S.P. Agarwal Sir, Director, Teaching Learning Center and Principal, Ramanujan College, to say a few words about this FDP. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nidhi. Thank you very much. Good morning and welcome to our dignitaries today and my colleagues, all the faculty members who are associated with this program, and our participants who has been always an asset for us, because without them our presence is of no importance. Our chief guest today, none other than Professor Somnath Sachdeva, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University. Actually, I belong to Haryana, so I know that Kurukshetra University is one of the pioneer university in Haryana. Before, that only Punjab University used to cater to Haryana. So thank you very much, sir, for joining with us this morning in this program. My colleague and collaborator, Dr. Ajay Kumar Garg, whom you just heard, he said very well that technology is the key in today's world. My colleagues, dear participants, once again, I welcome you on behalf of Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, in this 1 week online FDP on optimizing ICT tools for higher education. Friends, before I go on, briefly, I would say that, this center or the mission which we started in 2017, how we progressed. Well, regarding the college, Nidhi has already told you briefly, but basically I can say this is a Delhi University maintained institution, and we are relatively new, came into existence in 2012 only. We have about 3,000 students, 16 undergraduate honors courses, and 120 faculty members, 10 to 12 research centers, advanced research centers, in areas like ethics, happiness, values, and human rights, robotics, artificial intelligence. And recently we have set up our own private cloud. So the college is going to be a hub for other educational institutions in technological development. We have the most advanced technology in this college. Our labs are highly, they are one of the best in the country, as comparable to, I can say even IITs and some of these good institutions. We have our own EDX portal, which is a portal used by most of the edu tech companies like Coursera.org, or you can say these newly coming technical, educational hub like Bajus and others. And our this portal is comparable to Stanford and these kind of universities. So we can say that technology wise, the institution is doing very well. Another important aspect which I would like to mention here is that our thrust area, our mission is basically to train each and every teacher in the country. See how the journey started, actually the scheme which we got in 2017. And initially we started with the offline programs, and it was used to be very difficult to collect 30-40 people, because principals and vice chancellor are not interested to leave their faculty for these training programs, because we really don't give much importance to these kind of trainings. Now the journey keep on started, till 2020, when suddenly the pandemic hit us. But what we did as a institution, that initially we thought that let us start training our own teachers. So we trained them in most of the modern ICT tools like Google Classroom, MS Team, other softwares, so that they can teach on a regular basis. So that was in the initial period, and we were doing it for the last 1 year before that also, because we were into this area. Now this helped the college faculty to reach to their students very initially, and then we took a mission to reach to everyone in the country and teach them the ICT tools, research, teaching pedagogy through technology. And that keep on bringing the laurels. And in one of the initial programs, we got about 6,000 teachers at a time. So that is the kind of power of the technology, that we can train the people. And these training programs are little different than what these academic staff colleges or UGC staff colleges are imparting, because those are much more a lecture based thing. These are practical oriented, learning outcome based, and you are tested with your knowledge. So it is not that you will be just attend the program and get the certificate and get everything. No, these are not those kind of programs. So we monitor them very well, ministry monitors them very well, and we ensure that whatever we do is delivered in the classroom. So that is the kind of mission which we have taken. And another important which Dr. Ajay said, that see, we are always open to the institutions for collaboration. See, Delhi University has a scheme called Vidya Vistar. Other day our vice chancellor was with us. He was very pleased that in one of the programs I have collaborated with 6 institutions from 6 corners, and one is from Kerala, another one from Maharashtra, a third one from Jammu Kashmir, fourth one from Northeast. So that is the kind of thing which we are doing, so that we can reach to everyone. So collaboration is the key. We need to learn from each other, because it is not that it is a one-way traffic and I'm teaching and you are learning. No, we are also learning out of this. So this is a key to our growth. Another important thing in this program, see, always we need to innovate as an educational institution. If you look at the NEP 2020 and the recent developments of ABC Credit Bank and blended learning, just these 3 documents of UGC are available on the website. Most of the teachers must be aware, but if not, please go through it. So we need to prepare ourselves. It is not that we always wait, the government will come up heavily on us and then only we will do. Let us prepare as a teacher, as an institution. We should be ready to implement the policy. These are very good points, which policy has. But of course, the government has its a role to play, because finances are very important in implementing these policies. Professor Sachdev must be, quite aware that how important the finances, especially in state universities, to renovate. So all these things are extremely important in order to achieve certain goals of our educational programs. As regards this ICT tools, as I said, that every day the new technology will teach us how to handle the classroom, because otherwise it will become monotonous. Suppose, let us say, we are doing the same traditional thing, reading a book or showing the slides to the students, probably that they get bored. So we need to find the ways to engage the students, to make him understand, as well as to make him participate in the discussion process, or in the thing which you want to deliver. See, most of the time as a teacher, we are more concentrated into finishing the syllabus. Well, friend, that is not very important, because syllabus is a thing which is available in the book and student can read. But what that syllabus, out of that syllabus, what is the new things coming in the market? We need to introduce that, because as a teacher, we must be aware that what are its learning outcome, its program outcome, and what we are going to make sure that why student need that course. So these are some of the important points. And then, of course, the employability, the real knowledge is extremely important in these kind of programs. So the future is, I can say that we need to adopt these techniques, and we need to go to the blended learning. That means the combination of the two we need to adopt, so that we can reach to the unreached. Because we have a YouTube channel where most of these lectures are recorded lectures, and they can go to Arunachal Pradesh, they can go to Baramulla, they can go to anywhere. So this kind of thing is needed, so that it is benefiting whole country at one time. So with this, once again, I welcome you, and I'm sure with this 1 week training program, you will enjoy the practical aspects which you will see in our video lectures and online lectures. And we hope that you will apply in your own institutions. With this, once again, thank you very much for listening patiently. Thank you. Over to Nidhi.
Thank you so much, sir, for your words of wisdom. Moving ahead, today we are indeed very privileged to have with us Professor Somnath Sachdeva, Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra. Professor Somnath is an alumnus of Kurukshetra University who did his graduation in civil engineering from Regional Engineering College, Kurukshetra, and later his doctorate from this university under the guidance of renowned professors from IIT Roorkee and NIT Kurukshetra. Dr. Somnath has more than 33 years of rich experience of teaching, research, consultancy, and administration in an institution of national importance, NIT Kurukshetra. He is credited to start M.Tech program in transportation engineering in 2005 in civil engineering department of NIT Kurukshetra, and has set up 2 advanced labs in the field along with updating of existing highway engineering lab. As far as R&D is concerned, Professor Sachdeva has supervised more than 70 M.Tech and PhD scholars for their dissertation, published more than 100 research papers in reputed national and international journals and conferences, some of them in very high impact factor SCI journals, published 3 books and 6 book chapters with reputed international publishers, and did many sponsored R&D projects successfully. He was bestowed with Best Paper Award and Gold Medal for his research paper in the Journal of Indian Roads Congress. Similarly, he got another Best Paper Award in an international conference held in USA. Professor Sachdeva has been the coordinator of State Technical Agency of Government of India for the implementation of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana projects in Haryana, and was instrumental in providing technical and R&D input to widening and strengthening of many rural roads of Haryana worth more than rupees 2000 crores. For his valuable contribution He also got special appreciation from the state government. We welcome you, sir. I now request Professor Sachdeva to to give the presidential address. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Nidhi. Good morning, all of you. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Yes. Uh, Principals of the organizing colleges, esteemed faculty members, and dear participants. This gives me immense pleasure to interact with you on the occasion of inaugural ceremony of faculty development program on optimizing information and communication technology tools for higher education, organized by IB PG College Panipat in collaboration with the Teaching Learning Center at Ramanujan College, University of Delhi. I congratulate all the members of the governing body and principal of IB College Panipat, Dr. Ajay Kumar Garg, for taking initiative to organize this program in this difficult time of pandemic. I also congratulate Professor S.P. Agarwal, Principal, Ramanujan College, University of Delhi, and other members of organizing committee who might have worked really very hard to plan this event in a systematic way. I also welcome all the participants who are keenly waiting to be equipped with the knowledge of various ICT tools. I do sincerely hope that the present FDP on ICT tools will provide all the participants with useful insights to contribute to the betterment of teaching and learning in their respective fields. Gone are the days when technology was rarely used in the classrooms and classroom teaching was based on bookish knowledge and rote learning. With smartphones becoming so common and data packs being available at throwaway prices, students have an easy access to various informative websites, which makes the teaching a challenging task for teachers. Elderly people nowadays say sarcastically that in the modern era, the children are born with mobile phones and tablets in their hands. There is no need to tell them the uses of these devices. They learn all these devices on their own. To deal with these smart children, teachers have to be a step ahead and give them something extra. Moreover, in the ongoing situation of pandemic, when online teaching is becoming a new trend, learning the use of technology has become even more imperative for teachers. As a contagious disease, COVID-19 affects people of all age in various ways. It has brought about a 360-degree change in all areas, be it shopping, be it education, and be it medicine and healthcare. Online education has become the need of the hour. All the educational institutions have been closed and classes are being run online platforms like Google Meet, Google Classroom, Zoom, Cisco WebEx, etc. No doubt, these platforms have come as a rescue in difficult time, but along with this, they have brought some challenges for educators. Young members of teaching fraternity are using technology to their advantage, but there are some others for whom it's not that easy to use this kind of technology. To fulfill the needs of these teachers and to make them well versed with technology, this program has been organized. Organizing this type of faculty development program is a challenging task for the institution during the ongoing COVID-19. Furthermore, recently introduced National Education Policy 2020 also envisages major reforms in the present system of education and emphasizes that the relationship between technology and education is bidirectional. Introduction of this policy at this critical time of pandemic, where old pedagogies have become obsolete is even more significant. NEP 2020 lays stress on the fact that our students and teachers must be provided with the opportunity to be well versed with technology and be connected with the careers of tomorrow. It is true that technology can help the process of learning and handle tasks in a better way, but technology cannot replace the teachers. Technology has to be integrated to suit various types of learning styles for effective and interactive education. In line with the reforms under NEP 2020, this FDP has been planned to provide an opportunity to the educators to learn the right of ICT tools to enhance the students' understanding and produce better outcomes. It will assist the participants in identifying the gaps in their knowledge and become confident users of technology. Added advantage is that the students who will be taught by tech-savvy teachers will also turn out to be resilient users of technology and will be ready for 21st century workplace. The present program will provide them, I'm sure, with an opportunity to make online teaching effective and interesting for students by integrating technology. Through this FTP, the participants will get a chance to interact with other members of teaching fraternity from different regions, which will help them gain new perspectives. Through interactive sessions by the experts and learning by doing, the teachers will develop concrete ICT skills and will learn how to be in tune with the new normal. They will be able to overcome the challenges posed by ICT in an effective manner. I'm happy to note that the program is going to cover various aspects like e-content creation and dissemination, recording and editing of video lectures, knowledge about MOOCs, that is massive open online courses like SOM, etc., ICT enabled assessment and educational tools, open educational resources, and making classroom teaching more interactive. Ladies and gentlemen, we know about our National Education Policy 2020 that has recently been launched last year. And the purpose of this new education policy is to know how to have learning rather than having emphasis on amount of learning. What to learn, how to learn. That is one of the key points of this our national education policy. As our organizer, our principal friend told you that many of the things are available on the net these days. The YouTube videos are available. How to have effective learning, that is what we must try to know. We are conducting these days our online classes using Google Classroom or similar kind of platforms. This ICT technology is much more than using these online platforms for conduct of classes and for attending the classes. We must learn how to create an effective interactive video. That is also one of the part of the ICT. We must know what are other digital means that we can use to make our lecturing more effective. Gone are the days wherein we were using only the PPTs, PowerPoint presentations, and we used to say that we are using ICT tools. We were using overhead projections and we were saying we were using ICT tools. This is a time where we have to think of these technology and digital tools in an integrated manner, wherein we are conducting the physical classes, we are conducting the blended classes. Like some of the courses which are available online, those are integrated into our curriculum, and the students are given the choices to go for these online courses. And these online courses are going to be taught not only through PPTs, not only through video lectures, there are going to be animations, there are going to be movies also. There are going to be interactive sessions also. So how to create all this kind of, say, the teaching modules by our upcoming and the young teachers, that is going to be one of the aims of this faculty development program, to equip our younger teachers and all others as well. Younger teachers probably, they learn very fast, and there is a need to teach our very matured and senior teachers as well in the use of this information and communication technology tools. I'm really happy, and I once again congratulate the organizers for for taking up this initiative of organizing this faculty development program at this very critical time when the country is trying to come out of the impact of the second wave of COVID-19. I would also like to take this opportunity to talk to you on this COVID-19 pandemic. If I'm permitted to say that, you see, out of the experience that we have gained over the last 1.5 years in fighting against COVID-19, the world over, we can say that there are going to be only two options that will help us in fighting effectively against this COVID-19. One is complete lockdown, and the other one is to go in for vaccination in a big way. Complete lockdown, we have already seen the adverse effects. How our economy, the economy of the world, all countries of the world got affected adversely. Last year, the second quarter, our economy got shrunk by almost 24%. And over the whole financial year last year, it was probably around 7.3 or 7.4%. We had fall in our GDP, negative growth. So this kind of adverse economic impact on the economy probably is going to be even more, say, adverse as compared to having a few deaths in the country because of the COVID. So the only solution, I would say, is going in for a complete vaccination of the eligible population of not only our country, but of whole of the world. It is being told at the moment that if 70% population of whole of the world is not vaccinated, then all those who are already vaccinated, they will also be prone to new infections by new variants of this virus, which will keep on coming and which will keep on infecting the already vaccinated people also. So it is must that not only the population of the advanced rich countries, but whole of the world, including the poor countries, the population is vaccinated. Now, where is the problem? The problem is we are not getting enough vaccine doses. It is estimated that about, say, 14 billion doses are required the world over to vaccinate the eligible population of the world. And so far, these 7-8 companies that are manufacturing the vaccines, they have been able to produce around 200 crore doses, or you can say 2 billion doses only. Against 14 billion, we could produce only 2 billion doses so far. So where is the problem? The problem is that all other manufacturers, they are not being permitted to produce the vaccines because of the patent laws. These patent laws and the intellectual property rights under the agreement of TRIPS under WTO, these patent laws, they prohibit the other manufacturers to produce these vaccines. So India is taking an initiative in the WTO backed by South Africa and around 60 more nations, wherein the country is emphasizing that WTO should provide TRIPS waiver in the patent laws so that the vaccines can be produced, can be manufactured in a big manner by various other manufacturers also. Many social organizations and many members of the higher educational institutions as well, wherein even Kurukshetra University is involved, whole of the Haryana State Higher Education Council is involved. Our one of the universities in Noida, Gautam Buddha University is one of the say associate members. A campaign has been taken under the name Universal Access to Vaccines and Medicines. And this campaign is going on in the society across the world, including India, wherein an appeal is being made to WTO to provide this waiver, patent waiver, so that vaccines can be produced in a big number. Regarding this, Kurukshetra University, say, fulfilling its one of the social responsibilities, has sent a letter to all the principals of the affiliated colleges, making a request to them that between this 18th to 22nd or 23rd of June, if it is possible, we can conduct some kind of program, maybe a webinar, seminar, maybe some kind of debate, or say some competition among the students to highlight the need of patent-free vaccines so that we can provide vaccines for all. This will not only put a public pressure on the WTO. I may like to inform you that this petition, which was launched by this UAVM team, has been signed by more than 14 lakh people in the country, including more than 2,000 eminent persons of the rank of vice chancellors and equivalent persons. So already a public opinion has been generated, and through this platform, I am taking this opportunity to appeal to all of you also to contribute a bit to this social cause so that the vaccines are available for all at the earliest possible time and at a reasonable cost. That is going to be the advantage, and indirectly this will help us in bringing awareness also among the public that we should all go in for vaccination if we want to save ourselves from this pandemic of COVID-19. Now, once again, I congratulate the organizers for organizing this very timely webinar on a very this FTP program on a very important topic, wherein we are trying to educate our teachers to this new technology. So congratulations to the organizers, and I'm thankful that you have given me this opportunity to interact with you through this platform. Thank you very much for patient listening. I wish the event a grand success. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Very well said.
Thank you, sir.
And,
Thank you so much.
thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we move on to the last phase of the inauguration function, there are certain rules that need to be carefully adhered to by each participant of this FDP. The first and the foremost, all the quizzes and at least 90% of the assignments have to be submitted to avail the program completion certificate. The average score of all the quizzes should be at least 40%. Second, at the end of every session, participants will have to fill up the online feedback form, which is compulsory as per Ministry of Education guidelines. Third, it is compulsory for the participants to attend all sessions in order to receive a certificate of participation. The last and the most important rule, as the FDP is being organized under the most prestigious Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya National Mission on Teachers and Teaching Scheme, we at Teaching Learning Center, Ramanujan College, give prime importance to willing and serious participants who are eager to learn. In this context, it should be noted that e-certificates would be awarded to only those participants who fulfill the above criteria. I now request Professor Arpana from IBPG College to propose the vote of thanks. Over to you, Professor Arpana.
Thank you, Nidhi ma'am. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Kurukshetra University, Kurukshetra, Professor Somnath Sachdeva ji, Director, Teaching Learning Center and Principal of Ramanujan College, University of Delhi, Professor S.P. Agarwal ji, Principal IBPG College, Panipat, Dr. Ajay Kumar Garg, sir, and dear participants, a very good morning to one and all. It's an honor to have been asked to offer a vote of thanks on behalf of IBPG College, Panipat, and the entire organizing committee. First of all, I would like to thank our chief guest, Professor Somnath Sachdeva, Vice Chancellor, Kushetra University, Kushetra, for giving us the vital time from his busy schedule to grace this program. I also thank Professor S.P. Agarwalji for giving us the opportunity for this collaboration with this college. I want to express my gratitude to all the members of the governing body of IBPG College Panipat and our worthy principal sir, Dr. Ajay Kumar Garg, for providing encouragement and support to organize this FTP. With deep sense of appreciation, I also like to thank assistant directors, coordinators, members of organizing committee, and technical head of this FDP for their untiring efforts. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all the participants present here for their enthusiastic response. I have also attended two FGPs organized by a Teaching Learning Center of Ramanujan College, which were very informative, and I really learned a lot from there. I hope this FDP would also be beneficial for all of you. Have a great learning experience ahead. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Atna. So, with this, we come to the end of the inauguration function. An announcement for the participants. Content for today, that is day one, will be uploaded on the portal shortly. I will be intimating all of you in the Telegram group. So, please stay in touch. Thank you so much for your time, and we may exit now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much.